Hello everybody and welcome to a new video here on the channel. Hope you're all having a great day. Today we are checking out early access of NASCAR Rivals. A big thank you to Motorsport Games and Alex over there who sent me a code to check out NASCAR Rivals a little bit early to present to you guys. And I'm very excited for you guys to see it after playing it on the Nintendo Switch here a few days ago, and it's quite a fun time, I'm not gonna lie. And we're gonna check out a few different things over a few different videos, and right off the bat you see me looking through all of the paint schemes in the game. Every driver in the base game only comes with one paint scheme that I was able to see, but I'm going to scroll through every single one. You notice actually they got, all the drivers in the 15 cars, so it's not just one driver per number. Hemrick and Allmendinger are both in the 16 cars, so you can choose from either one. One weird thing I did notice, by the way, is it doesn't say the driver's first name anywhere here when you're choosing a driver in the race mode. But in the next episode, we're going to be checking out the career mode as well as the paint booth. But for this specific video, we're just simply checking out the schemes in the game as well as what the racing is like and what this game has to offer here in terms of the racing. But like I said, in the next video, I'm going to show the career mode and the paint booth. They kind of go together really well, so that's why I'm going to save them both for that. And then we're also going to be doing a live stream Friday night, which will be the same day this video is going out, of doing all of the challenges in NASCAR Rivals, and then I'm going to turn that into a video as well. You can see the whole roster here. They got over 40 drivers, I believe, at this point now, as they got all the drivers from Daytona, and then some. A couple 77 cars here with Josh Balicki, Landon Castle, etc. You guys already know I'm going to drive as Daniel Suarez for the first part of this video, and then going through to the first few that we missed. But there's your custom car. So the paint booth is the exact same paint booth from NASCAR Ignition, and you can use it in career mode, which is really nice. So you can have a complete custom car in career mode now, or you can still race for a team that you would prefer as we head into Daytona now. And the pre-race stuff is actually taken from NASCAR 21 Ignition with Alex Hayden as well. So if you played Ignition and you listened to the pre-race, it's been ported over to NASCAR Rivals for this whole pre-race section here, as we were getting ready to now go green here at Daytona for our first dose of racing in NASCAR Rivals. As Daniel Suarez, you can see they brought over the setup kind of stuff from Ignition as well, and then they have the same kind of look of menus though from Heat 5. But I'm going to shut up for the first lap here of Daytona. I'm going to let you listen to the spotter, the game engines, so I'll see you in one lap.
Still there. Got a car low now. Stay on the bottom. Clear out back. Stay low.
There you heard some of the spotter from Freddie Kraft audio, as well as you get a look at the graphics. HUD is very much like Heat 5, a couple little differences, especially with the position and lap count. I know, I'm pretty confident. I'm going to look at the comments section and see some people saying, oh, these graphics are terrible, and I'm going to simply say I really have no idea what you expect from a Nintendo Switch game at this point if you think these graphics are terrible for a Nintendo Switch game. I think it looks fine. You can see just continue to race in this pack, getting a little bit of damage on this car actually here on the front end, but as well, we're trying to work my way through the pack. My biggest issue was the fact that I suck on a Nintendo Switch controller, so I was trying to learn that, but it was just, the pack racing very similar to what you see on NASCAR Heat 5. It felt exactly like that, to be completely honest. It felt like, though, Draft Partners was a lot better in NASCAR Rivals so far. Like, you get a way larger run compared to what you got in, like, NASCAR Heat 5. As you can see me getting a huge push from William Byron, but a lot of 2x2, some 3-wide here and there. We crossed the line. It was P19 here in Daytona, and I was trying to capture all of the kind of different diverse set of tracks, so we're going to try and get all that here in this video, with a 1.5 miles, a dirt track, a road course, etc. But you can see a quick look at the replay cameras. One thing I do want to show you guys, I guess I should say, is listen in on the pit stops here in this game. That is right. 5 lug nuts is the sound There was one lug nut on that wheel. I don't see a pit crew anywhere either. There's an invisible pit crew working on this car. That was a little bit interesting to see. But now we jump through into the next race in Atlanta. So this is the brand new reconfigured Atlanta Motor Speedway that obviously I wanted to check out day one, and it actually plays pretty well. Now this is also going to be a NASCAR Ignition for the update that's coming out probably the day before you see this video, actually. So I believe it comes out on the Thursday as I'm recording this right now. So you can see just continuing to try and get used to the Nintendo Switch controller here now, but overall the game, it feels relatively solid. It's not hard to get into. I was on the hardest difficulty, so you're seeing basically as hard as the game can get is what I was playing on in terms of the difficulty of the AI and the handling with no assist and whatnot, and it's really not that hard. It's pretty easy for a casual player to be able to pick it up and go. I was noticing a few little audio issues here and there with the engines and whatnot, but otherwise it was pretty solid, and like I said, it overall plays very, very nice here. Now I noticed here it was a little weird on the front straightaway. The car is kind of bumpy down this front straightaway, like before you get to this little hook into the front stretch where the line is, so it's a little bit weird there. But overall, I wanted to also test out the damage model, so you can see me doing exactly that. I wanted to make sure it works, and it looks pretty solid. It's not the best thing in the world, but once again, for a Nintendo Switch game, I think it looks pretty solid actually here, as we get absolutely destroyed by Truex, the 78 of McLeod as well. Now the number kind of morphing in a different form looked a little bit dank, but other than that, it was pretty good. Here's a look now at some of the road course racing. Sonoma Raceway, back to the configuration that we had in, like, you know, 2018 and previously or something like that, before they switched over to the inner part of the road course. There you can see a lot of stacking up there. As usual, we always get that at the NASCAR road courses here in the video games, but this is the brand new configuration, the old configuration that's new, we can call it here now, as we are trying to work our way through the traffic, and even the road courses play pretty well. There is some similarities that I definitely noticed right away compared to NASCAR Heat 5 road courses, where you got to be very delicate on the throttle because that car will certainly try to take off from under you, so you still got to be careful even on the Nintendo Switch edition here of NASCAR Rivals here now, as you're going to see me absolutely destroy Cody Ware by accident. I swear that was not on purpose now, as we're behind our Trackhouse teammate of Ross Chastain, struggling a little bit here and there, but we would be able to continue to work our way forward, and the road course is certainly AI not very difficult to beat them at here. Atlanta, Daytona are quite difficult, but on the hardest AI difficulty, the road course so far was pretty easy with just the one road course that I've done. I have done one off camera actually at Coda, and that was also pretty easy as Ross Chastain here. As you can see, I would have a game crash right there. The game would freeze. I would have one game crash. That was my only game crash I encountered so far, but just a heads up, there's definitely a moment there where I did have a game crash here. Now as we come through as Kyle Larson now at Bristol Dirt, so this is my very first just jump on into Bristol Dirt and see what happens, and you can see I would struggle quite hard right off the bat. By the way, look at the track map at the bottom left. Look who's leading, the number 66 car. Now I will say, just based off of doing this race here at Bristol Dirt, it does not, to me at least, it did not feel like I was doing any form of dirt racing. It felt like I was more on a paved circuit that was brown, and that it was just like basically I went on the fully loose preset setup, and then there was just some danky unpredictability-ness in the car. It was hard to describe really, but if you would play it, you would understand. Now it's not terrible, but it's certainly not what I was quite hoping for on the dirt side of things, but there's only one dirt track on the schedule. I don't expect them to go crazy on getting it to work really well on Bristol Dirt, but it is, you know, still playable. You can at least make it happen here and have a good time. You don't really see any of the other cars slipping and sliding out though or anything. It doesn't even look like they're racing on dirt in reality. That's like what I said, Bristol Dirt, it basically just feels like a paved track that's textured as brown, as well as you're on the fully loose preset with a little bit of unpredictability in the car and whatnot. I wrecked Cody Ware again, by the way, and this was me coming to the finish here, and I would wreck for like the third time in this specific race and caused actually a massive pileup. Another look here at the damage model. I wanted you guys to see the damage model and what it looked like, of course. So, but we had one more race I wanted to check out in this episode or in this video, and that was Homestead Miami. NASCAR has not been at this track in over a year now, because they went from the beginning of the year to now the end of the year in the final few races of the season. So, getting to see Homestead Miami, no pink walls. We were all wondering, is there going to be pink walls at Miami this year? It does not look like it, unfortunately. So, I really hope hoped they would make that decision. I think it would look way cooler than what they have now. However, there's still blue walls, nice and creative at least. But what we were seeing here was some nice multi-groove racing, 3-4 wide, even as I go 4 wide with Christopher Buescher. Actually, I would get hooked right there, not enough room left, and then I would cause another accident there. You can see the AI go crashing in the background. The races were too short for cautions to come out, that's why we weren't getting any. But testing out different lanes and whatnot, they all work really well. But this is again on the hardest difficulty, and it wasn't too hard to work my way forward, I was noticing here. But overall, it was a good time here at Homestead Miami. This is one of my favorite tracks that I've driven so far. I haven't done any races that were like long enough yet to really get a feel for tire wear and whatnot, so I can't really speak on how maybe a long run feels with the tires and whatnot. But overall, I'm happy with this. I think Motorsport Games has done a relatively solid job here with NASCAR Rivals so far, and it's a fun time playing it. This is your option if you're a Nintendo Switch player and want a NASCAR game. This is a very good option right here. Now, this is an example of something that's a little bit weird, though. Hitting the wall, it really pulls you in more than other like Heat games, which is and it's very difficult to get out of the wall. So that I'm not a huge fan of either. So yeah, there's a few things certainly playing that I wanted to point out that I think need a little bit of work that I'm not a huge fan of. But overall, I'm enjoying this experience here, and you'll get another video here very soon, and then we're going to be streaming this as well on the same day this is going on. I should be putting 2 videos out of NASCAR Rivals today, and then of course a live stream later tonight. But just wanted to give you guys a kind of an overview of quick looks at different types of racing in this game, from Daytona, Atlanta, Bristol Dirt, as well as Homestead Miami, and then Sonoma with the road course racing. And but yeah, if you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. In the next one, we'll check out the career mode with the paint booth, see what that has to offer, and then we will be doing, like I said, a stream showing all the challenges and whatnot. So if you guys enjoyed, let me know, and let me know what you think of the gameplay, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.